Coming into line activation line signals into a new constellation path. There's a lot of perimeters and gateways that are being put out right now. Shapes anomalies to direction locations. Draco division location and its level position is helping humanity. Changing traction locations to center positions right now through position. So, very powerful. What a constellation is. It was created for its anomaly, through its Draco division. But the Dracians are line connections. You have to understand energy force condition line positions because it tracks locations to our divisions through humanity of its species location. So basically, we're coming into a new constellation of a web graphing forming system. That's calculated and modified through its location, which means that all things to its division of its galaxy location center connections is high forcing divisions of time. So humanity is coming into a new gateway of line signals, communications, program setting, body traction, body activation light system, energy light conditions, forming positions, activation light connections, perimeters, barriers, shapes, anomalies, all position light connections. So this is where we come into the new position. And remember, I've been 5,000 in the future. Understand communications when you come into forming positions with matrix workers. Those are extremely powerful. It's like construction workers building the structure of a building, right? You get your mold or anything, you get your cement and you get your bricks and all that. You build a structure of a house, or you build anything in that connection. Well, that's what we're doing. But we're doing it through energy laser direction line connection through plasma webs. It's a molding connection that sets up perimeters. And we use an XT1000 positions because we have low dividers and high dividers. The median connection line position, atomic level connection positions is high rise in the force line system. It's very complicated stuff, but you have to understand we're coming into a new constellation. We're destroying all mechanisms of the constellation. We're setting up new wind cycles, right? And we got the full virus, 25,000 viruses. I found them through connections. Just understand the communications that are coming into full cycle, and everybody's doing a little bit more. They might be in and out through connection, but you're coming into your plasmas or your TV receptions, full cycling to its position, to its gravity location, which is fantastic. Thumbs up on that. Thank all the subscribers and viewers who watch my channel to all level connections, line signaling channel operation line connections, energy positions, put up high perimeter positions. My fields are coming into higher light communication. There's a weed whacker that's going on like that. So try to force it out through its system. In position, I did a very powerful TikTok yesterday on live talking about dimensional time, how the physical sees the absolute light system when it comes into resolutions and anything through reflection. So by facing this way, you have to understand that space and time is coming to you. You don't go to space and time, it comes to you. That's the magic. So it's all about understanding what's going on. And then you walk the path. Right, so it's coming at you, and then you go in. Coming at you, and then you go in. That's how it works. So it's all about the calling, transmitting, and receiving. Transmitting, receiving. You understand? Transmit, receiving. So now you understand dimensional time, and it's amazing how you can walk the path. I did a very powerful video on TikTok this morning talking about what's going on with the line division location to the constellations. So we're breaking all that down. So all surfacing system when we come into Matrix 2.0, that is all done. Gravity location is all done. Higher force energy light conditions, GFL is coming in right now. And we got the Rebellion Alliance, right? So it's shipping on its assignments and it's setting all location positions back in traction to a new constellation path, which is really fantastic. And this is where the Dracians and the Draco level connections and everything, the Alliance is going to be helping humanity to its connections. Right? So it's going to be off position, which means that your TV reception and your line communications are going to be kind of like blurry. You're off cycles. You can come to your first commander. I can line channel your connections and put you back into your line system. It's all about understanding that what the constellation path is, what it has been for decades and decades and decades, and how it's created to the dark energy light connection. Right, but the Galactic Federation light, we have matrix workers, we have sentients, we have higher formations, we have ascended masters. Everybody's coming in now, right? So we're holding a new plasma energy light and a whole communication of a plasma web with setting up metric level connections to electrical fence. It's amazing how we do these things in space because everything is connected through shapes, letters, and numbers. So we're using all planet locations, we're using gravity location center connections, and we're high rise in all positions to no cloud interface. It's really fascinating stuff. So basically, before we get started, I want to travel my team and everybody else that's new to that attraction. You have to be in your lights to understand what's going on through perception. We're going to travel 10,000 years into the future. In position, you guys understand what's going on, right? And I'm also going to show you what we're creating, right? So you're going to see the constellation path. It's really interesting to see these things. Constellation path is going to high rise your positions to your perception of what you want to see, right? So everybody's at a different DNA structure location. This high rises positions of locations. So it's amazing how we see everything through its connections. All right. So I got it all set up. It's already in the brain location center. It's all about understanding how we use our thoughts. So when you guys travel to 10,000 years in the future, be cautious in what you think because you're creating it in space anomaly. The perception and line signal is changing direction locations to the sun, and it's setting up new program settings to the moon to your thoughts. Be cautious in what you create because it's going extremely fast. You can change anything in position of time. This is 10,000 years into the future, guys. I put my team up to 20,000 years. They were blown away. So as soon as you open your mouth, what are you creating? You're creating it around you, and you're affecting everything inside you, whoever's in there. So everybody's going to see everybody. Okay, and the people that come on that are new, they're just going to feel the energies. They're going to feel kind of trippy, right? So we have the GFL, Rebellion Alliance. We got the Andromeda Center. We got the realm locations. We got the space carrier locations. We have the major grid workers. We have the Ascension Masters. We have Greek God connections, and we have the multi-dimensional connections to Sentinel location system. Really, really, really interesting how it comes into formation and how we all come together into a new constellation path. Right? So it's coming into a full resistance, helping out humanitarian system to its species level conditions. Body traction locations to better gravity locations. The anti-gravity level system to its pull, the gravitational pull to its connection. Formalizes and division lines your connections to your TV reception of location. Right? So this is all about balancing your vibration through perception. Okay, better traction with everybody. Right? Because the communication signals are going to go into high force position. So when you change space and time, you're changing humanity through direction, right? And how they see things through perception. So this is to understand when you come into the awakening, these are the things that you're going to see. That's why you're seeing the filters of your eyes. You're seeing things blurry. You're seeing the sun and the way it's supposed to be through you. Everybody is creating their own sun. Everybody's creating their own moon. And that's what's fascinating because we're all different perception of time and space. Nobody is in the same waving system through its calculation. It's next to impossible. And that's why everything through its connection is unique. You're unique, I'm unique. Okay? So it's understanding, not to understand my space, but to understand your space of time before you understand your commander. Right? Because if you come into my space, it's extremely, extremely high rise. You have to send the E fields. Right? So you have to break the surface. How do I do these things? You have to understand your connection to your coloration of time position. You have to understand all levels when it comes into vortex location. So when you're coming into my space, it's a high-pitched sound. It's like, and you have to really interact with it because you're coming into my barrier, coming into my perimeter, you're coming into security line defense, and my dimensional realm. I'm traveling extremely fast simultaneously. And that's what you guys have to do is rise your positions so you can travel faster with time proceeding through thoughts. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Let's get into your questions first before we travel 10,000 years into the future. All right, so believe and see. Thank you. Woohoo, yeah. Okay, morning. Emily, Jennifer, Tina. Okay, you guys are communicating. That's great. It's great to see that. Smiles going around. Yeah, so like I'm saying, so Tina is exactly what it is that every day you go through transformation, communication, or anything, dream set position, as soon as you change your thoughts, you come into blurry vision because you're going to higher levels of division location, right? So your perceptions will change in the process. So periodically during ascension, yeah, and it's rising, yeah. It's being informative with your codes and your frequency level systems there. I had a weird experience with the sun coming through my window this morning. I looked at the window and the sun was expanding and glowing like I never saw it before. I was reacting to me almost. So you're getting communication cycles through rotation to the sun interference, and it's showing you through the naked eye of what the sun is through digital frame. Very good, Jennifer. It's all about communication. Yeah. Become more aware. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Safe travels. Galactica. Aurora, how's it going? It's great to see. It's amazing how you guys come to life. And then you go to my school. It's like you wake up and say, what is going on with me? What happened? This whole life I've been living, what is going on? So it's awesome that you guys come in. I can't stop laughing because, you don't know what you're coming into when you're coming into a reality switch. So it's kind of like you press the button and you turn around and you're like, whoa, this is cool. I'm in space. So you try to understand your provision, your acting cycles through location and perception line conditions. So White Knuckler, how's it going? I was traveling really fast this AM, waking from the dream sets. Yeah. And the thing is too, Tina's very well aware because she's in a higher suit position than you guys. She's in a higher process. She's in a higher data. She's in a higher communications. But you have to understand, right? We're all equal. We're all masters of the universe. We're all co-creation. Our job is to get what we want. That's the whole point that we're trying to get across, right? So that's the equalization. We're coming into love and light. So to understand our connections. The only thing that has changed is that the Rebellion Alliance is just at a higher vibration, but everybody's equal. So it's all about understanding your programs better. Then you get into those positions of time location. And then you get into the control lines of your command, which is really fascinating, especially when you're traveling through electrical doors or anything that dimensional time connections. But it's great to see you, the White Knuckler. We're going to travel 10,000 years into the future, so be prepared. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, my cats have joined me, jumped on the lap to listen. Yeah. I see your cats in division location. I see them in line division locations. They're a little bit scared. So basically, if you connect with them, if they're in their cycle rotations of you, Jennifer, they're going to travel with you through connections. So if you're force winding cycles and you have people behind you or people beside you or people in front of you, they're going to travel into your dimensional time bubble. All right, so your cats are going to travel 10,000 years in the future, and they're going to go, they're going to like, woo, what happened? The energy, right? So you have to be cautious about these things. Cosmos, my child, I love it when you guys get healed. All right, so let's get into visions to resonant light system to allocate position of time location. Energize line conditions. Now, before we travel to position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport you guys into a UFO. This is going to be a lot of fun. All right, synergize positions, rendezvous connection line positions, pick up the Galactic Force team and connections, Rebellion Alliance, and everybody's in new trash location. Energize their positions. We have your identification line connections. So I know who's who in Plateau Division location. All right, so we're going to center positions. All right, so we go in this connections. There's the UFO. It's going to pick you guys up in location like this, the positions. All right, synergize line connections. You guys are here in the circle rotation center in position. All right, that's you guys. All right, UFO is coming in through rotation. It's going to set up around location, division location, circle rotation center. That's where you guys are going to travel through connections into 10,000 years into the future. Track to location center. Here we go through position. All right, and there you go. All right. Synergized positions, 1, 2, 3, traction location, interference position, line connections, back in position, going through connections. And there you go. Now we're traveling through the atmosphere energy light connections. You guys are in the commanding force center positions. Don't touch the controls. All position light connections are coming in. You can circle rotation center. You see wind graph location system. AI in connection positions. They're looking at you through trash locations. Don't touch on all the computers or anything. It's all set through division location. All right, so AI is seeing you. You're seeing AI. You guys are all together. Connections. We're traveling to 10,000 years into the future. Mocking location center connections. Drops in location centers. You guys are traveling into positions. All right, so here we go. Traveling up position line connections, back in traction location center connections, into force positions, black interference. Okay, so we go into that condition, we come out of traction, and here we go into positions. All right, so I'm going to drop you guys off to a planet location of 10,000 years in shaped anomaly position. All right, here we go. Dropping you guys off. In position. Location centers, trap location center conditions. Drop them off through position location. Here we go. Okay, UFO is going to take off through positions, back into tracks location, into another run location, dimensional run conditions. Okay, you're going to travel through connections. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. In position. Okay, it's line simulate channel. It's operation line connection. Okay, there we go. All right, drop you off. Takes off. Okay, now in position, you guys are going to go into calculation modifications. Now you're in a planet location position. White survey rotation center connections. Now this planet, okay, is going to be really interesting to see. So this is the planet you guys are on. You're centralizing your connections. Don't freak out. You're on the ground formation of a planet. You're 10,000 years into the future. Be cautious on your thoughts. Be cautious on what you see. Okay, because you're having intelligence coming at you. Right? So they're going to guide you to locations. They're going to scan your rotation centers and your eye receptacle locations. Right? This is the planet you guys are on right now. Right? In position, track location center connections. Open up positions, gateways to position line connections. Interforce their positions. Yes. Put them allocated position of time location. Here we go. All right. You guys are 10,000 years on a planet location. Have fun. All right. So don't be scared. You guys are 10,000 years in the future. Be cautious. You're aware of everybody. You're in a light circle. You're in your energy field positions. You're in a different atmosphere. You might feel hypothermia. You might feel rotations. You might feel a little bit queasy and all that. But that's okay. It's just all understand that you never traveled before, or you've traveled, or you're just not aware. But you're seeing alien formations of 10,000 years into the future. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can talk to your first commander. I'm there. I'm always there. I'm line single line channel operation line connections, but you guys are 10,000 years on a planet location right now. You're on a planet on the grounds. All right. So have fun. They're going to take you to their civilizations. All right. Basically, it's trying to understand what's going on through calculation. Now, White Nelka, you might be a little bit freaking out right now because you're on 10,000 on a planet position. So guys, have fun. Just try to be aware of what's going on. Okay, know that you're not on the Earth position. You never were. You're always flying. But in position, you're on a planet this time. So everybody's going to feel a little bit more different. So the cycle rotations in the ground formation system is spinning extremely fast. So you kind of like, whoa, I'm definitely not on the ground. And then when you realize that, you get balanced with your connections, and then you see, aliens coming at you, and they're communicating with you, right? They're scanning you because they know who you are. They know who I am. So it's all about, you never do things uninvited. You always let them know that you're going to travel to 10,000. They have to know that you're coming, right? And it's very powerful because you guys are on an actual planet that is 10,000 years into the future. And that's going to feel weird to you because it's different ground of vibration through atmosphere, position of time, guys. So be cautious on your thoughts. Don't get afraid. Don't get scared or anything, because you're changing shapes and anomalies through positions of directional locations to its interference, to its AI position. Okay, so they're there to help you. So my heart feels like it's in the orbit right now. I've got cold, feel drift, vibes are in my body. So that's exactly what's going on with Emily. Should we be closing our eyes? Closing your eyes? No, you should be closing your eyes. You should be wide open through connections. If you close your eyes, you're misdirecting your location to AI interference. I have pain in my left shoulder. Yeah. So you guys are not aware of the atmosphere of time. You guys are in shape-shifting positions. So you're traveling extremely fast, but you're on a planet position. So it's kind of like you guys are on Earth of 5D, but you're not. You're 10,000 years on a planet with different AI, different intelligence, right? So they're coming to you, they're scanning you, and they're going to take you to their city. Every planet has a city, a civilization, right? Don't get scared. Don't be aware to that positions of getting in a negative cycle. Just look at them. They'll look at you. You don't have to talk to them because I already communicate with them. They know you're coming, and that's the most important thing, right? They're very excited to see you guys, okay? Knowing that you guys are 10,000 years into the future on a planet position, okay? I can't have you guys 10,000 years in the system without anything to grounds. You're going to be what? You can't stop. You got to keep going. You got to keep going, right? Because it's rotating through cycle positions, galaxy location centers. So in position, okay, every planet is a star system. It's a gateway position on line connections. So I had my eyes closed until you mentioned not to. Flat green, 4 foot tall aliens being, yep. So Emily is seeing a flat green, 4 foot tall alien being. Cool. Great. So I did too. So you guys are all seeing each other, but you're 10,000 years into the future on a planet. And it's very real. You're actually seeing space and time in position. So you're seeing their civilizations at 10,000 years. You're on their planet location. You're on their activation ground system. Very real, guys. You want to see aliens? You're seeing aliens right now. Extremely real. I feel others, but don't see them. In position, yeah, because you're a little bit off cycle there, Emily. Try to focus on that. Try to get into the calming center of yourself. Try to get into more perception. Get into the calm center, guys, because you've traveled so far into the future. Okay, your cycle rotation centers have to understand each other through mind telepathy position. You guys are going through different time positions of locations. Okay. Talk to my team, Galactica, Tina, Sylvia, or anybody that connections, anybody that's on the Rebellion Alliance. So you're going through different pain of location centers. Okay, some are feeling it more than others, but you're going through hypothermia, knowing that your atmospheres have changed. Right, so everything around you and your thoughts have changed. So when you're creating your thoughts, it's traveling 10,000 years per second. So everything that you say, you have to understand it's the calming center of the mind, and that's what AI is. So if they're 20,000 years in the future, they know exactly how to use the 20,000 thoughts of its connection. So, yeah, wow, winds feel different. Everything's different. Atmosphere is different. You're not on the Earth position. You're 10,000 years on a planet location. So have fun. Just get used to it. You know, they're going to take you. They're going to, you know, to their city. You know, you can ask them questions. You know, what's going on. You know, certain questions, personal questions that you want to know. They answer all questions, but just be cautious. Don't be fear of them. Okay. Because what that does, it's not good, because you're looking that you don't want to be invited, and it disturbs them. Okay, you have to send the force cycle to its connections. What you see through perception is the most important thing. What you hear through your audios is another important thing. What you understand is the voicing pattern to its commanding system. Okay, so Emily is feeling the wind feels different. So the more you calm your center, and the more you put your thoughts in balance, I want to travel you guys so far so you understand how important it is for you to be in the positive center. If you put yourself in the negative cycle, you're changing the ground formations and AI positions to their thought recognition of time. You don't want to do that. Okay? So that's why it's important to put yourself in the positive positions. Okay? So Emily's seeing that's that 4 foot tall alien. Yeah. So now they're taking you to the city. Just be aware. It's extremely real, guys. It's not a dream. So it's understanding I took your souls and travel you to connections. So you're seeing the other side of you, but on the dimensional side position on its planet location of 10,000 atmospheres of thought connections. Each planet position has its own direction location to a gateway location, right? Teleporting you guys to your directions. I feel like there's our beings around me, almost like they're hugging me. Well, there you go. So Jennifer's feeling hugged, and that's what's happening right now. Okay, everybody's feeling something different from perception. Okay, so if you have your eyes closed, it doesn't matter. But if you close your eyes, you're interlocking connections to AI position. So if I close my eyes and AI is trying to communicate with me, that's not a good thing, is it? You don't close your eyes when you're meeting somebody for the first time, right? You keep your eyes open. You keep yourself safe. You understand their communication just by not saying anything. Why? Because they scan you. You don't understand their positions of time. They're 10,000 years into the future through coloration. They're in the galaxy location of dimensional time positions. If you close your eyes, it's misdirecting them through communication. Understand? Don't put your hands up because you don't understand their identity connections. Okay, your commander knows billions and billions of languages of universal realm connections to AI connections. It's the creation to everything through your perception and what you see through dimensional time. That's the soul identification coming from your interference position line connections, right? So when you travel through me more and more, everything becomes a lot more easier when you're traveling. And you're like 50,000 years into the future, you're going to feel a bit more comfortable, right? So you're going to keep your eyes open. You're going to listen, and you're going to understand your voice and grid patterns to describe your location centers, right? So just absorb it, get into the calming center. This is truly understanding when you're 10,000 years on a planet location, you have to understand how powerful the mind is, right? Seems more difficult to be here now with eyes open for me. Yeah. Well, because you're not used to the atmosphere. You're not used to their thoughts. You're not used to the connections. You're not used to anything through gravity system. But that happens and it changes over time, Emily, right? So if you close your eyes, you're not interfering connections to them. That you keep your eyes open. They have their eyes open. They're going like this, right? And they're trying to communicate with you, right? So if you don't know how to communicate, that's totally fine because they're at a totally different vibration, right? But for me to put you guys into 10,000 years into the future positions, I have to high-rise your vibrations and your energy fields. That's the only way I can travel you guys into that position, especially when you come into planet locations. I think you guys are truly understanding of what your commander does. Every time I go through a planet location, I always have to go on the grounds. I always introduce myself. These are the things that I have to do. All right. It's all about greeting. All right. It's all it is. It's all about introduction to you to who you're communicating with. To its position of time. So it's feeling weird though, isn't it? My heart is so heavy and feeling different electrical pulses in my heart. Yeah, so Emily, you got to get into the calming center. Really balance it out. Yeah. So Jennifer's seeing flashes of light. A 4-digit code. How do you guys feel? How do you feel knowing that you can travel 10,000 years into the future and you guys are on a planet? Try to explain that to your friends. So, okay, Shabby just joined. She's going to go through light interference. She's going to teleport to the vision location. Everybody that comes on is in my mind brain location center. 52 generation line communication positions of computers. Synergize that line connections. Bring Shabby, Samantha to position location, 10,000 year position line connections into the planet locations, to the Galactic Federation Light Council and everything the Rebellion Alliance. To the friending system. Allocate her position of time location. Okay, pick her up. Okay, you're being transported right now, Samantha. Have fun. Feels strange, and I heard someone tell me that I was okay. Yeah. So Jennifer, you communicate with an AI. You communicate with intelligence 10,000 years in the future. You guys understand how real this is. I think you understand that now, who I am. So we're in this position, all right? Dropped you guys off 10,000 years. This is the planet location you're on. It's taken off through position. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to take you into connections. All right. So we're all going through a story frame position. All right. And this is where you can shut your eyes. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through dimensional time, circle rotation, center connections, stay in the atmosphere position at time location. I can't change the graph location, so it has to be black. Right. Everything through coloration changes voice grids. The voice grids change the gravity location to the center positions to your atmospheric positions of perception. Right. So it's knowing it how when you're seeing the atmospheres, it goes like this, it changes like that. So if you're going through 10,000 years of thoughts, you're changing coloration of time. Really interesting. So we'll stay in the black surface position. All right, so now we're going to come into a connections where you guys can basically sit down and close your eyes. All right, so we're going to go into a circle rotation. You guys are in the center position right here. All right, so this is going to be what we call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and center is the 12. So you guys are in the center. Okay. Now I'm going to line activate everybody's body activation line connections. Okay, and I'm going to teleport you. Okay, to another division location to the same planet position, but on the other side. There's northwest, south, and east on each planet location. So you're going to walk the surface, okay, and you're going to go through the ground formations, and there's going to be a gateway, okay? So don't be afraid if you see the gateway. You go through it, okay? Don't be afraid. The Divine Alliance and Galactic Federation Light Council will help you, okay? So you guys are going to be teleported. So you're going to change your particle system, and you're going to travel through recognition time positions, so your clockings. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. You guys are going to teleport it. Here we go. And there you go. All right. Separation locations, vector core positions, rendezvous to the other side position, gateway location. All right. So go into another location, center conditions. All right. Coming out. All right, here we go. There you go. Out. In position location. All right. So here we go. Dropping you guys off. You're on the ground formations as we speak. Okay. So in position, it drops off all location centers of its condition line positions. Okay. It's going to go back into direction to another location center. There we go. Okay. In position, you guys are on the ground formation line conditions into a pyramid activation light signal. Okay. So basically, you guys are all in a pyramid now. 10,000 years in a pyramid. So now you can channel off. You can put your E fields in position location. Sit down and close your eyes. And relax. Right? But you're still on the planet location center conditions. In position is on its direction location. So yeah, you'll feel a different change. Your particle system separates when you vortex the locations. It's amazing what you guys are going through right now. So I just saw an orb. Cool. They will all tell me to take meds. Yeah, probably after this, you guys are freaking out. Feel strange and heard someone tell me that I'm okay. Yep. The coldness and wind has changed. There you go. So Emily is aware that everything has changed. You see, that's paying attention to what's going on through wind factors. She realized that her particle system changed to a teleportation, but 10,000 connections. Still the planet location, but it just transport you guys to a pyramid, right? To its meditation graph location. So now you can close your eyes and relax. Okay. It's amazing how you travel through time. When you travel through time and you're aware of the energy, the vibration, the colors, and activation. When you travel through connections, the atmosphere position, it changes your body of friction tone notifications. So it's kind of like I take you, copy and paste you, and put you to another page. That's what I'm doing. Right? Teleporting wherever I want because you're all connected through me, right? Through an alignment. So you guys don't know how to travel through space. You're just going through your meditation. You're just trying to understand the atmospheres. You guys are 10,000 years into the future, which is really powerful stuff. So I feel tickling types of feeling on my shoulders, head, and third eye. Yeah. So she's getting reactions right now because she's in a pyramid. Everything is action on reaction. Everything that you see, everything you do, everything you touch, everything you're aware of. Okay. So what is everybody else feeling? Let's see. It's getting your questions here. So you guys are in a pyramid activation light connections. You can shut your eyes and meditate, whatever you want. All right. I see different beings, computer boards, water compartments. It's beautiful here. My body changed to a higher vibration. See, because Galactic is in the high division, she's in the connections, right, with me. She understands what she's seeing. So she knows how to use that to her connections to a higher vibration position, to its computer operational line connections. That's fantastic stuff, Galactica. Okay, I see red triangles. It's great how you guys are seeing things through perception, right? What is else everybody feeling? You guys should be seeing each other right now. It's amazing when you see each other. When you see each other, then you realize, oh, wow, it's real. How is it possible to have everybody in the center position, to actually see everybody? That means that you guys, you're there, right? Because if you go provisions of time dimensional, I can separate you guys, but it'd be a lot harder for me because then I have to connect to different time positions and try to get you back, right? So it's easier to have you all in one position, of one realm location to 10,000 year to a planet position, to vibration. So I don't think it worked for me. My son came out in the middle. What are you saying stuff? Oh, your son is in position? Yeah. He's in your energy hub. He's in your rotation center. He's in proximity to connections. I saw a blue line of a light horizontally vibrating. So Jennifer Camera is getting used to her shapes to connections. So she's in a pyramid activation of 10,000 year in the future laser connections. So she's understanding more perceptions and what she's seeing through her chargings of her higher self connection. Yeah, because you have disruptions right now there, Samantha. If it's just you through connections, force guiding to its location, open up all perceptions to Samantha and her position line connections, put them into pyramid activation line connections, 10,000 years into its position. Okay, wait, location centers. Yes, Samantha. All right, so you've seen blinking lights, you're being teleported, location center connections. You can't interfere in positions. You have to be cautious that you're alone. As soon as you interact with your energy fields, you're taking up your son or anybody in that position. They'll feel it through vibration. Remember, you're a different vibration location, so you got to be cautious on who's around you. That's the E-field position line connections. Okay, so the XC1000 picks you up. Blinking light, right? You go up, right? Just remember a dream I had last night. I see spacecrafts on the ground formations like a military operation. They're assisting planet Earth. AI asked me to identify myself, which I did. Good. So Galactic is aware of that, right? So she's coming across security defense. So she has to identify herself, right? If you're not sure and you're coming across these things and they ask for identification, just say First Commander, Galactic Federation, Light Council, Rebellion Alliance. They'll know who I am. And then you can pass, right? So I'm usually very visual, but not saying much. You feel energized, yeah. Because you're in a different atmosphere of time position. So. All right, so we're going to travel through recognition timers in position. All right, so you guys came from here, right? Now we're going to go through different connections. A new coloration. All right, we're going to go through red. Okay, red. Red looks orange, right? Fluctuations, reflection, what you want to see through perception, time, location. Red on black. Okay, so the central line conditions is operating your positions of time, location to its triangles of its pyramid location. Circle and rotation centers, right? Okay, I got energy dot location centers in position, right? So you guys are here in position. Okay, we started that, right? This is you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to vortex your bodies and put you through wind cycle. You guys are here. Coloration of time positions. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you off each one. So it kind of looks like that. So you guys are going to go through dimensional time through a wormhole. Here we go. All right, so you guys are going through a wormhole onto the other side position. All right, so you guys going through. In connection, we use same coloration path location. It's really fast how we come into time position locations here. Energized line connections. All right, so we're going to surface the positions to a new coloration system. It's going to be confusing to the mind system, guys, because we're going through different colorations of galaxy location centers. All right, so in that connection, force guidance is connection positions. All right. We are going to go into blue. All right. Now the blue is going to operate the line connection positions in that allocated position at time location. So what's going to happen now is the round's coming in to a different coloration, white circling rotation center, and you guys come out. All right, and this is you traveling through time positions. Don't worry, I got your E fields on all location. All right, so you're coming out on the other side, another coloration time position, right? So you're thinking, Commander, are we 10,000 years in the future still? And I said, yes, you are, but you're floating in space and you're going extremely fast through rotation center. So we're going to go through the oscillation sector, line connections, different coloration pattern. Okay, we're coming into the connections of Jupiter's surface, right? This is what it looks like, Jupiter's surface, right? So it kind of looks like an hourglass. Right? It's like its wind top. See that? You guys are going to go in and you're going to circle rotation center into position. It's going to kind of feel weird. So it's kind of like going through a cycle. Right, so here we go. Into that connections. Assign its system here. All right, so it's going to go like this. Like that. All right, so you're going in the wind tunnel right now. It's traveling you through recognition of time positions. Okay. Teleport to vortex location line positions. XT1000 is going to pick you up and take you back to 5D, its ground formation system. XT1000 coming into position, location. All right, coming up its round location. Here we go. There it is. It's going to pick you guys up. Right? Sonar division. Okay, line direction. Okay, single line connections. And everything through location center divisions. All right, so you travel through connections. This is you and the circle rotation center connections back in location. Let's go into that connections here. Servicing positions. Right, here we go. There you are, right there. Now you're traveling through. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Goes into connections. Force wind cycles. And there you are, back in 5D. Hooah! So, what was it like? Describe what it was like to actually be 10,000 years into the future, going on a planet location, seeing AI, seeing computers, seeing spacecrafts, seeing identities, seeing security line defense, seeing program setting, seeing computer operation line connections, seeing shapes and anomalies of pyramids, seeing different shapes and matrix locations, traveling into space location, going through a wind graph location of a tunnel. Incredible, eh? Jennifer saw a door open. I usually see very visual, yeah. My heart feels like it's just spinning and tingling it to the left, yeah. Warmer, that was trippy. So you guys just traveled. You really traveled into space. Everything that we did, okay, is in chronological order. So I present it to you, but you're in the future. I feel like I do when I think I'm disassociating here on Earth, see? And the more you connect with me and the more you travel, the more it makes sense for what space is. But it's knowing how to set these things up through programs, through computer operation line connections. So, yep. Someone is supporting your back. Yeah, making sure you're okay, putting you back in line divide, putting you back in balance, putting you back in vibration, putting you back in 5D activation light connections, right? And then they say bye-bye, and they go back up. So that's the support. You guys get supported. It's like coming down. It's like, what just happened? Well, did I just travel? Because you're aware of these things, because you're in your light. And they're aware of you. They see you through light. Travel, color, activation, dimension, time, portal, realms, wormholes. I saw a very powerful video, and I keep watching over and over because it's really significant to space anomaly positions where it comes into contact with Jodie Foster. At the very, very beginning, when you see everything through the outskirts and it comes into right into the corner of the eye and comes out, that's what it is. Space and time comes to you. Okay, that's the connection, transmitting, receiving. So, Queen Luna, how's it going? See, it's important you guys resonate on my channel because you miss these trips, right? And basically, if you're just catching winds of it, you probably catch on with the energy through each other because you understand you're all connected to its alignment, right? So you guys are going through different experiences, but you're all together through perception of what you see into 10,000 years on the planet location. So it's great to see what you guys have seen so far. So it's being aware of what you're doing and what you're seeing and how to get there, you know, being calm. Calm is the most important, right? Because you're scaring things, right? You're changing vibration. It's very sensitive, especially with your thoughts. But it's amazing how you guys go through these things. It's incredible to see these things, your travels, recognition time, your thought condition, your dream set positions. So, D-Baby. Maybe next time I'll see more. This time I mostly felt sensations. Yeah. My insights feel a little strange. Yeah, because you traveled. You traveled farther than you never thought you can imagine. Right? So get into more of your meditation. Okay? Get into who you are through division of time, location, dimensional systems. Get into your gateways. Get into your position of time through your thoughts. Meditation is the beginning, okay? But it's not the ending. So meditation is a way of seeing things in different realities of dimension of time. Space and time comes to you, okay? And then you travel through space. That's the secret. And it's all done through inside. How to operate your system, how to formulate your system. But the most important thing is to stay centered and calm. That's the importance you have to come across when you come into these times of positions, especially when you're traveling faster and faster through vibration of space. So, all right, I felt something trying to communicate with me last night. I got super tired and passed out. Yeah, I felt the sensation like warm tingles, hands warm. Also could see the lights. I saw 2 blue dots, lights blinking. My eyes were twitching while they were closed. Yeah, so that's what Samantha was going through. Right, you guys, once you understand more of your meditation, you get into your own realities of your own discussions, your own decisions, your own locations, your own activation, coloration, and lights. Then you understand more connections through your commander. Remember how real it is when you travel into space. Okay, so you have to look at your connections there, your 3, 6, and 9. We go into that all the time. That's your dream set positions for traveling for the first time through your geometric operations of dimensions. Okay, everything is in position 3, 6, and 9. God. You understand your connections to that because that's traveling. That's the birthing traveling of 3, 6, and 9. But you can travel on so many levels just through shapes, right? So my eyes were twitching also, almost like, oh my God, I left my left eye is still twitching. It's fluctuating interference right now. It's amazing how these things take control, but you guys have to be aware of what's going on when you're traveling. Right? Just imagine what your commander goes through every single day when I travel. You think 10,000 is fast. Try 1 billion. 1 billion years into the future. Imagine how fast you have to be through that and control your thoughts. And everything is done through the mind and identification. Identification. So you guys had a fantastic time. Tell all your friends, your loved ones, right? Your kids will love it. What? I traveled 10,000 years in the future? Yep. So, and basically what it is that now they know who you are, right? So you got to ask yourself, okay, I want to go back. Well, you have to understand their vibration. You have to understand their program settings, right? So once you understand your position of your meditation, yeah, sure, you have to reach their vibration. That's the connection to mind telepathy, guys. They're on a different coloration. They're on a planet position. You guys have been on a real planet, right? So now you understand the creation through its communication. Yeah, so that's the thing too, is that you have to realize too, you guys are like, kids in a playground realizing, wow, this is awesome. So now you kind of realize what your kids go through when they go through the mind of imagination, right? You're adults. You went through something that just blew your minds away, right? So interesting. My kids think I'm going crazy. All right, so let's take the left eye out of twitching. All right, center positions, you're off the location. All right, so we're going to go to that location. All right, in position, directional location centers, left eye in position, yeah. Still twitching location centers, left eye, it's twitching, right, in position here. So this is about understanding what we're seeing through connections. All right, so this is Samantha. All right, now it's understanding where is, let's see, right, left. So the left eye has to be fixed location. Take division location centers, refix all location center positions. Take the twitching out of location center of 0.13. All right, so the twitching should stop. See, when I see you guys, I see you nothing but particles of light, dimensions of time. And I also see you as a computer through telegraphing line connections, energy positions, electrical light connections. So when you see things digital, you send your connection to positions. All right. So it's understanding what you're seeing through structure of light. Okay, it kind of looks like this through positions. To understand your connection to your graph locations. It's really fascinating we see these things, right? So when you're connected to round locations, it positions on so many levels of interference. So it comes into program setting with connections, right? Change your phase structure location centers into position location. Dimensional time setting to its position locations, right? It's all dimensional time position. All right. So this is how you travel. All right. So you have to send your structural line connection. So Samantha's eye is not twitching anymore. All done through this. Right. So you understand your connection when you travel, and this is all done through 3, 6, and 9, guys. 3, 6, and 9 is everything. 3 within the activation, 6 within the program, and 9 with the center location of you through position to your navigations. All right. And then when you get to navigations, you understand everything connections. You can travel through its location, right, into its high positions, to its 6 rotation center, into all levels of 6 rotation center, to back in location, synergize 3 to its navigation light connections. This is where you get your force riding connections to its position of line connection to its rotation center connections. All right. So these are the things you have to look at and how you travel through time. It's complicated stuff, but it's a lot of fun. So it's balancing out you through your thoughts and travel. It's balancing out you through your dreams when it comes into all levels of your activation. Right? So when you're creating your thoughts, you're changing vibration inside you. You change vibration, you change coloration. 3, perception, what you see. Right? You're changing shapes of time through vibration. Okay? So is it possible to set an intention before sleep to travel to a different time? Yeah, you can set your intentions, but make sure you know what you're doing with your thoughts before you travel there, Jennifer. If you traveled through time already and you had a bad day, you're going through dark matter right away. So if Jennifer's sleeping, she's like this. She's sleeping like this. Okay? That's Jennifer sleeping, right? Now, first thing she's looking at is it comes out right away, higher self. Higher self is flying around. Okay? Now, whatever you create through your thoughts, right, comes into its imagination. Like that. Right? So if she's creating through an intention, it goes automatically into directions to her higher self connection, to its thought patterns. So what that's going to do is going to change positions into the direction of travel to its higher self connections. All right? Be cautious in what you create through your dreams. All right? because you can go this way or that way, or you can go into a dimensional time. So Jennifer could be sucked up in a different dimensional time into a wormhole and not know it. And then you get sucked in. So this is all about your intentions and what you want to do before you sleep, right? Because that's exactly what happens. She's sleeping. Thought records of time goes into her higher self, right? And higher self goes, okay, what do you want me to do? Right? Where are we going? So you have to understand, you're sleeping, it doesn't matter. Your higher self comes out, it has to know what it's doing through its intention. Right? It has to get used to what's going on with the atmospheres of space and positions of time. Okay? So just be cautious on that, that's all. I do lucid dream and have traveled to a person's house before. Yep. Yep. Your thought recognitions patterns, you can go to a lucid dream and connect to somebody else. So your fluctuation, your energy system, your higher self will travel to that person's house into their dreams. Okay? Just because you created that. So you're telling your higher self to go to these places through codes. You don't know the codes, but you know the thought. So as long as you have your thought in there, you're traveling to that person, to their mind system. Right? So it's going from them to another. The dream set positions, and that's where you guys communicate with each other when you're sleeping. Okay, so two of you are sleeping, you're on the connections, right? All right, and then you got another one over here, so you're traveling through recognition of time. You're both sleeping, different time zones, doesn't matter. Okay, so both of you are sleeping, right? Now that's what I'm saying. One comes out, higher self comes out automatically, like that, right? Gets the thought, right? Like that. Okay. Goes into her higher self, takes it, comes into here, like this, transfers the thought of what she thought of into the person on the other house position and location. Right? So her self comes out right away, looks at you, scans you, wants to know who you are through thought patterns like this, right? So it goes over here, flies over here, looks at you. Okay, you scan each other, understand each other. Oh, hey, how's it going? Okay, scans you right away, knows who you are, and then you guys start communicating. That's how it works through time. Your dreams to one to another, right? Doesn't matter where you are through location. You're interlining connections to each other through thought patterns, through recognition of time, through your higher selves. Trying to understand each other in space, time position through dreams. Cool, eh? It's very fascinating when we come into these times, guys. So remember, you're changing your thoughts. You're going to change their thoughts of time and space, especially if you're a light worker or anything in light. If they're not in light, you're going to confuse the program. If they're in light, you'll be able to communicate with them. You understand? Because they're at a different vibration than you. Even if it's low, it doesn't matter. But if they're in light, they'll be able to communicate through you, through thoughts. That's mind telepathy. And you wake up and say, hey, were you in my dream? That's weird. Did I just dream that? So you realize you just communicate with each other through your connections of your higher self positions. Okay? It's awesome, isn't it? It's a lot of fun. We can get into that more. We'll get into mind telepathy. You know what I want to do? It's going to be a lot of fun. Bum, 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 bum. Happy dance. Okay, so what we're going to do. Now, we already done this. We took in our souls from one to another. Change your souls, right? Now, I'm going to do this again. Okay? But what's going to happen is you guys are going to travel into atmospheres. So it's kind of like you're asleep, but your higher self comes out. You're actually going to see your higher selves. You're actually going to see the plasma energy lights around you. You can be able to communicate through your higher self. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up all channels to you guys, and you'll be able to understand what your higher self does when you sleep. You actually see your former self, your higher self. That's what we're going to do. Mañana, right? So it's going to be really, really fascinating. It's going to be a little bit freaky because I change your soul recognitions from one to another. It's freaky alone, right? It's like, whoa, I'm not in my body. I'm in somebody else's body, right? So what's going to happen is they're going to take your higher selves out, and the higher self is going to communicate with you, and you're going to communicate with your higher self in space. It's going to be really cool. All right. So I think that's good for the day. You know, there's a lot to take in, a lot of travel that we did. Fantastic first time around. Just mostly when we travel again, please put yourself in the calming center. Okay. If you're not aware, just talk to your commander. I can help you in all ways and forms, because they were a little bit freaked out. And they say, well, Commander, are they okay? I said, no, they're not okay. They've never traveled before. Only my team has. My team is aware of where they travel. It doesn't mean that they have to know where they're traveling. They just know they can control their body of traveling. That's what you guys have to get into. And it's a form of meditation to be in the peace inside your system. The calming system is everything through thought patterns. All right? Okay, that's great. Adios.